Hi there, this is Lindsey Odorizzi from Walker Books Group, and I'm thrilled to be sharing the can't miss titles coming this summer and fall from Candlewick Press, Holiday House, and Peachtree Publishing. This is your horse. It is yours to have. It can do a lot of things, like run, walk, and jump, but best of all, it will keep your secrets. Caldecott medalist John Klassen continues to push the boundaries of board books with this latest entry in the Your Things series, following the acclaim of Your Truck and the Your Places series, publishing simultaneously in Spanish. The big day is finally here, the day a little boy and his new puppy meet. Will they really get to play together and maybe be a family too? When it comes to the budding friendship between boy and pup, this heartfelt story asks, who rescued who? Bestselling author Louise Fitzgerald's lovingly lyrical text and Chuck Groening's warm illustrations will speak to anyone who is about to bring a furry companion home or has already welcomed one into their life. Bear's track record when it comes to putting on a show for his friend Fox hasn't been exactly stellar. His puppet show got a little tied up, and his baking show had some unexpected developments. But Bear is confident that his magic show will be a success. Don't worry, there's always the disappearing act. With bold visual jokes and simple language, this latest act from the award-winning author-illustrator Mike Winutka will have newly confident readers laughing out loud and lining up for an encore. Amara is so excited to visit the local library with her Graham and find the perfect book to borrow, but the library is a big place, and this is her first time going. Luckily, librarian Miss Donna gives her the grand tour. From the computer stations to the makerspace, Amara learns lots of important ways her public library serves her community. The star of Amara's Farm kicks off a new series that will show young readers there's always something new to explore. Where? Right there, outside your door. Next, we have two poetical picture books exploring mystical realms of the animal kingdom, brought to you by two powerhouse creator duos. In Bath Time for Snow Monkeys, acclaimed collaborators Maki Takuta Hall and Yasu Momura transport readers to the white-capped slopes of Japan, where the world of snow monkeys is translated effortlessly into haiku. Meanwhile, Newbery honoree Carol Boston Weatherford and Bagram Ipitulin craft eclectic odes to primordial sea dwellers in 14 Ways of Looking at Jellyfish. And don't feel jelly, it already has 5-starred reviews. A magical meeting between boy and snowman sets a midnight adventure into motion, the quest for a house that is suitable for a snow person. No one's melting on our watch. And luckily, the dazzling snow mansion the pair build is big enough for all the snow people in town to call home. The Snow Mansion joins the ranks of iconic snowman tales like Frosty and Raymond Briggs the Snowman, imbuing readers with the warmth and magic of the winter season. With the help of Stella Lim's glowing illustrations, best-selling author Gideon Sturr once again proves the power of wordless storytelling, with what's sure to become a holiday classic. Ooh, me next! The Little Red Chicken is interrupting our presentation to tell you about her class trip to the art museum and how, amazingly, she's never called on, even when she's calling out and jumping all around to get Mr. Popperman's attention. Will Chicken ever have a chance to express herself? With his signature insight and visual humor, Caldecott honoree David Ezra Stein continues the interrupting chicken saga with a scenario that kids everywhere will find all too frustratingly relatable. The art lessons continue in this masterclass in symmetry from Caldecott honoree Sean Harris. Two castles sit on a hill, home to two queens, but the queens would rather not share, and each sends a knight to joust for the land. There's just one problem. When the winner stands up in the middle of the field, no one is sure which side he came from. Oh well, maybe neighborly sharing is back in vogue. Sean Harris's self-imposed artistic dare has resulted in a visually arresting and effortlessly funny picture book that kids are sure to ask for on repeat. Readers will revel in peeling open each symmetrical, squish-painted page and feel inspired to craft their own mirrored images. When a dinosaur's misplaced step flattens Frank the Worm's friend, Frank takes the loss in stride. He and his buddies will eat the poor guy. That's what worms do. They eat dead things and return them to the soil. Someday, Frank's descendants will even eat the dinosaur. But before it comes to that, there's plenty of time to get to know each other. I Will Eat You in the End offers readers a feast of dark humor with a surprisingly poignant final spread, and it's a personal favorite in our office. Mortality has never been so fun. These chapter book series starters are sure to hook newly independent readers with their light humor and quirky charm. In Maud and the Very Eventful Week, a little vampire girl has a packed itinerary with a haunted tea time, a mega toothy discovery, a spiders and juice stand to run, a ghostly dollhouse invasion, a yard sale, and more. And in One Mad Cat in the Missing Book, Cat, who's always mad, navigates annoying messes, smells, and crowds to help her friend Hedgehog find his favorite book. When she finds it, Cat is still mad, but her friend is happy, and isn't that what really matters? This masked hero needs no introduction, and in her 12th adventure, the Princess in Black is fighting monsters on the spookiest and silliest night of the year in her first seasonal title. A case of hilarious costume confusion leads some neighborhood trick-or-treaters to discover their inner heroes, thanks to the power of a good disguise. Halloween hijinks meet high-spirited heroics in a treat all around for young readers. In her third adventure, Eliza receives a mixed-up message from her fairy double for Elf. Help, that is. But when Eliza travels to Elfindor, she finds that her fairy double is wearing funny clothes and acting, well, funny. Could this be a magical case of stolen identity? Judy Moody creator Megan MacDonald returns with another fast-paced fairy tale that, paired with Lenny Wen's vibrant illustrations, will be sure to enchant young readers. Dutiful male mouse Marty Moose should have the day off, seeing as the post office is closed for the Little Ditch Fastest Feather race. But when the race's grand prize, a ridiculously heavy golden egg, gets misdelivered, Marty and his loyal, loopy rabbit pal Nibbles must set off on a madcap race of their own to bring it to the finish line and win the day. Claire Powell returns with another witty and wacky adventure for newly confident readers to run wild with. Your favorite middle grade series continue. First, Montgomery Bonbon returns for his fishiest case yet, when a pyrotechnic display aboard the ship Dreadnought gives way to the captain's demise. Can Montgomery Bonbon hoist his mustache and figure out which scallywag is responsible for the death of the ancient mariner? Next, get ready for more mayhem in Book 2 of the Rodeo Hawkins series. This ragtag gang of interdimensional outlaws may have just saved the multiverse. But when a vengeful enemy's plans spell disaster for this group of unlikely heroes, who's going to save them? And finally, Pixar animator Alan Baralaro continues Bun's rabbit's quest to save her family and every other living creature, as she races to stop a devastating war between the spirits from wiping out everything she holds dear. When something strange happens at Nosedive Junior High, most people know there's one place to go for help: the janitor's closet. That's where very serious 6th grader Pepper Corduroy runs the Broom Room Detective Agency. To test her new hire Fred Sassafras's mystery-solving skills, they try to crack the case of who was putting muffins in the school pranksters' pockets. But mysteries at Nosedive aren't always what they seem. Expressive illustrations add to the charm of this clever mystery series from Fishhook's creator Noah Z. Jones that will appeal to reluctant readers and budding mystery buffs. Whether it's surviving history's biggest disasters, like the Mount St. Helens eruption and Hurricane Katrina, or solving the after-school talent show's pernicious poison plot, these interactive titles give readers the reins to the story for a fully immersive experience fit for reluctant readers. And keep your eyes peeled for more entries in the Danger Files and You vs. series. New from MIT Kids Press is a full suite of STEAM-focused titles for curious minds, all publishing simultaneously in hardcover and paperback. Discover Now, a new non-fiction leveled reader series, invites beginning readers to explore the wide world of science and technology while practicing vocabulary and other reading skills. Cora's Beach Adventure kicks off STEAM Street Kids, a fiction-leveled reader series that explores relatable, real-life applications of STEAM concepts through a lens of fun discovery. Maker Girl and Professor Smarts are back with more STEAM-fueled superhero hijinks in Book 2 of this graphic novel series. This time, they'll have to use their maker powers to upgrade supervillain Queen Ka-Ching's evil lair in order to escape her penny-pinching clutches. And coding has never been more fun or accessible in 17-year-old coding entrepreneur Samira Mehta's semi-autobiographical debut graphic novel, Sama Crushes the Code. 12-year-old Aurel Bookman, born and raised in Missindeslin by 2 witch parents, has been waiting to become an official maroon witch for years now. When the time for her trial finally seems to arrive, so do familial troubles and threats to her home. But an ordinary girl from beyond the protected walls of Missin may just be the key to Aurel's troubles. Deeply informed by the history of maroon societies and inspired by the fantasy worlds of Studio Ghibli, Aurel of the Maroon Witches is a beautiful coming-of-age story from a dazzling debut voice about a shy but resourceful girl discovering her own power. Reluctant readers looking for a fast read and a good scare, hand them either of these middle-grade ghost stories. Fear Files Hide and Seek from best-selling author Christopher Edge kicks off a new series that weaves mysterious transcripts, artifacts, and case files with a hair-raising supernatural suspense narrative that will make Goosebumps fans quiver. And debut author Moniza Hussain crafts the genuinely terrifying tale of preteen Sam, who visits the Singaporean home his late mother grew up in, only to encounter her ghost, frozen in time at age 12. In the midst of the house's mysteries, Sam knows one thing for certain: bad things happened here. Best friends Ryan and Zyla live in the fantastic world of Helix, where treasure hunting was once a way of life, but not anymore. That is, until Ryan discovers hidden pages in a cryptic journal left by his late parents. They give clues to the biggest treasure of them all, the last prize of a famed treasure hunter. Accompanied by a magical fox girl, the friends travel through twisting caves, colorful forests, and mountainous spires, encountering a host of fascinating creatures along their way to a discovery so great it will unlock the past, present, and future. Beloved graphic novelist Mike Mayhack delivers a rollicking graphic adventure that mixes classical comic styles with a wholly original setting and touching tale of friendship and family. Historical fiction fanatics will be well fed by these middle-grade gems. In The Secrets at Sparhawk Point, Anna Rose Johnson continues to explore her native heritage with another historical slice-of-life story set along the shores of Lake Superior in 1943, where a made-up sea monster from Ojibwe legend might just be real. Award-winning author Kip Wilson's novel in verse, Backpack Boy Berlin, is based on a true story of World War II espionage. The fearless spy, the 13-year-old son of an American diplomat living in Berlin. And in Wendy Nichols Wendell's sophomore historical middle-grade novel, Lark and her family face a different kind of storm when they flee Oklahoma's Dust Bowl for sunny California. Can a place where kids have to work and peers fling insults ever be home? 12-year-old Nash Eliza West has been horseless her whole life, and if she wins the Extreme Mustang Makeover contest, she can use the prize money to finally have one of her own. But Nash's attention is divided when her cousin Benny arrives to stay for the summer. Benny is everything Nash isn't, gentle and well-behaved, and deaf like Nash's parents are. Will Nash nail her one shot to turn things around? Amy Alsnauer weaves cowboy bravado, growing pains, and deaf culture gleaned from her husband's family into a debut middle-grade novel that will lasso you tight by the heart. Morgan Slaughter, a 17-year-old trans boy with autism, put his serial killer father in prison years ago. Despite that, everyone thinks Morgan will grow up to be just like his dad. Desperately, Morgan hopes to prove he's better than the man who hurt him by unraveling the mystery of his father's final unidentified victim. But this puts Morgan in the crosshairs of classmate Felicity Keating, who knows that Morgan wasn't just a witness to his father's brutality, he was an accomplice. Award-winning author Andrew Joseph White serves hungry fans what he's known for, a gritty and unapologetic coming-of-age suspense about teens clawing their way to adulthood the only way they know how. Also new from Peachtree Teen and Holiday House are two supernatural young adult thrillers from acclaimed authors. The Devil Went Down to Georgia and started a media conglomerate. Now he's tasked his daughter Ada with sabotaging the next US presidential election by infiltrating the progressive candidate's campaign. But her job becomes a lot harder with a goody-two-shoes half-angel on her case. Amanda DeWitt's signature wit shines in this dark political comedy. And in Gloria Munoz's anticipated sophomore young adult novel, college coven-mates Lucy, Clara, Fabiola, and Serena investigate a mysterious disappearance on campus, leading them ever closer to dismantling the anti-magic regime oppressing their rights to exist. Equal parts coming-of-age friendship story and supernatural dystopia, They Called Us Wicked will appeal to any proud, weird girl fighting to make a difference in the world. Susan Metallo is back with another hard-hitting young adult rom-com. This time, we're washed ashore with card shark Violet onto an enemy-controlled island during World War I, where various comedies of error ensue. Hearts on the Table is the queer, trans, neurodiverse Twelfth Night reimagining that readers will be clamoring for. And don't miss Susan's debut, Reasons to Hate Me, coming out in paperback with a refreshed cover. Welcome to Le Cirque des Ombres, the infamous magical circus at the heart of Paris in 1896. Here you can witness dazzling spectacles and prodigal performers. And, if you're part of the wealthy elite, you can watch the Game of Oaths, a bloodthirsty underground tournament with 12 contestants and only one survivor. Competing this year is fallen Sankara, playing to avenge her sister who died in the last games, and nothing will stop her from making the ringmaster pay. But vengeance on top of survival is a dangerous gamble, and in games like this, the house always wins. This whip-smart suspense from debut author S.C. Brodart already has one-starred review from Kirkus, which deemed it utterly captivating. To close the presentation, I wanted to leave you with two titles from authors harnessing fantasy and fable to explore and uplift their lived experiences. The picture book Under the Olive Moon comes to you from a mother who's currently living with her family in a tent along the Gaza Strip. In it, she shares the Palestinian fairy tales and fables she tells her two children during this time of chaos, to bring them the hope and joy they need to keep their hearts full of wonder, something I feel we all need as well. And 16 Muslim women writers have combined their storytelling prowess to create 1,000 Nights, a groundbreaking young adult anthology that follows the journey of fellow refugees in search of safety, as they tell each other the myths and legends of their cultures. Tales of rainless occupied lands, daring rescues, mythical creatures, and above all, tales about the magic found in people, community, and faith. Thanks, everyone. For a closer look at the summer and fall 2026 lists, head over to our combined Edelweiss page and let us know if you have any questions or sample requests. We greatly appreciate your time and hope that you and your young readers will enjoy what Candlewick Holiday House and Peachtree have to offer this year. See ya!